Racing games always been one of the most beloved gaming genres out there, and despite not having the potential they possess on PCs, because of the touchscreen though on mobile devices as well, they do come in waves each and every month for mobile gaming. In any case, there's about 18 more, in fact more than 18, to keep in mind released just these past few months, ready to go for your Android and iOS devices as well. Out of its early access for about 2 days now, with over 500,000 downloads as of only last week, we've got number 1, Traffic Driving. This is actually a mission-based highway driving sim where you actually get a pretty good pack of cars and a huge customization options to go along with it. But the real fun in this game is actually the gameplay and visuals. This is not the company's first attempt at driving sims. These guys are pretty keen to these type of games and already released about a handful of games with over 1 million downloads each. So just keep it in mind, this game's also all the way free. Quick mention over here, guys, Ace Racer is available now on the Google Play as of literally last week, sitting there with over 1 million downloads and a 4.7 out of 5 playable only online and taking you down about 2 GB in storage. There is some complaints by individuals that the game's some occasion glitching, but nothing that I've come across, or 1 million other players that rated it. It is possibly the most generous in customization in this game. The gameplay is fast-paced, hell, it's free, and has a ton of cars to unlock and so much content. Number 3, with over 50,000 downloads from the same developers of the famous Bike Blast. We've got over here from a week ago with a 4.5 on a Play Store, a Drag Clash Pro. This is a online, technically precision-based racing game in nature with a pretty cool customization option and maybe just the most addicting pace in replay compared to anything else in the list today. Drag Clash is like almost an action RPG racing, if that even makes sense. It's free and takes you down about 150 megabytes only. Number 4, as the company's third racing game so far, we have with a 4.6 out of 5 and over 50,000 downloads since 2 weeks ago, something here called Driving Real Race City. Technically Burnout Paradise in formula, since it's an open world game in nature, but a racing mission base as well. DRR over here is about 150 megabytes in size, the company's biggest game so far, and actually has some of the best car designs and gameplay mechanics out of this entire genre. Game's free and playable only online. At number 5, we have actually a bike trial clone from a new developer in town called Extreme Trial Bike. Well, technically just the same obstacle platform style bike stunt and racing games, and honestly feeling like an indie version of the official trial games. But legit, in attempt, it's actually free all the way, takes you down about 100 megabytes only, and this is how it looks. Number 6 from April 3rd. We've got here Nitro Stars Racing. Definitely my favorite game on the list. I've always been a sucker for top-down competitive racers, as a kid even, and Nitro Stars Racing easily takes the cake of 2023, let alone the month, and delivering the smoothest and mightiest in pace with some top-tier visuals along the way. Nitro Stars is actually from the same developers of Extreme Car Driving Sim. That's actually the most downloaded racing game on the Play Store and is free all the way. Coming up behind that at number 7, a quick mention over here, we have Highway Racing Car Traffic. Precisely exactly what the title suggests, this game is about 150 megabytes in size, downloaded about 1,000 times so far, and actually been around for a few months. Pretty simple to get the hang of, single-handedly just the most chill game in the list here, and the only problem with it, I would say, is that it's actually just playable online. With 100 downloads only since last week, we have just a worthy mention as the most underrated game in the list, another racing competitive game here called Top Speed Online. Because Top Speed Online is only so underrated because it's actually the first work of its developers. It's an online game in nature and about 500 megabytes in size, got some really good graphics, pretty nice cars, and it's free all the way, with some in-app purchases only maybe. Number 9, with over 1 million downloads since a month ago, we have bike racing online and offline game going by MX Grau. Either have to be the best motocross game of the past decade, or else I don't even know why it's got so much attention for the past 2 months. Either way, it's a free game, quite legit in gameplay. Like if we're talking not graphics but accuracy and smoothness, it's actually a 10 out of 10 in most ways. Anyway, game is free and about only 70 megabytes in size. At number 10, with over 100,000 downloads, we have Off-Road SUV Driving, which is just precisely what the title suggests, an off-road offline SUV mission-based driving game, and probably what you'd expect of an off-road driving game, albeit this one has a weather shifting system, some nice little car physics, and even a destruction system. Game is free, takes you on about 150 megabytes in size initially, and it's playable partially offline. Number 11, we have from the same people who brought Car Crash Simulator 2 at the end of last year, actually the best car crash sim on the Play Store in terms of physics. From 2 weeks ago, the company's newest release, an even better game in physics, graphics and replay compared to the previous Car Crash Sim 2, with a literal 5 out of 5 and over 10,000 downloads as an offline and also online game, which takes about only 400 megabytes in size. Coming up behind that, we have a Rush Road inspired racing bike stunt and fighting game from a month ago as the first work of its developers called MOTO. I guess you'll probably remember Road Redemption from earlier in the year if you've been following the racing videos I've been coming up with. This game is quite a bit exactly that, but a bit faster in pace and just a little bit more action oriented. MOTO is an online game and takes down about 110 megabytes only. Coming up behind that at number 13 from a few weeks ago, we have Truck Sim 2023. Well, I would say one of the most promising delivery sim games of 2023 released so far. I mean, we do have some really decent truck and bus, huge mobile games released for the past few months, but nothing like this for the past month specifically. It's a realistic open world online and offline driving sim with weather shifting systems, realistic physics, and a ton of missions to go through, in addition to a really wide variety of real trucks. If you like open world games and bikes, Need for Speed games per se and stunt game elements as well, we've got Bike Stunt Extreme Motorbike for you. Probably one of the better games in general for the past month, regardless of the genre, and actually playable offline. See, Bike Stunt Extreme is about 100 megabytes initially, it's downloaded over 10,000 times on the Play Store, and actually is a 4.6 out of 5 as well. Check it out just in case you missed it. Number 15, we have Car Stunts 3D. I always do my best to include a good new car stunt game with a bit of different twist, and this one actually does quite a nice job with some Formula 2 vehicles and pretty smooth physics as well. Anyway, nothing really to talk about here. The game's about 100 megabytes in size. It's a 4.5 out of 5 rated game, playable online, and it's free all the way. Number 16, as the first work of its developers, here we have Apex Racer. See guys, Apex Racer here is technically a car management sim and a pixel art in nature. Really nice game though, specifically if you're into just car collection and customization, let alone the artistic pixel designs. You can play this game offline, it's about 70 megabytes in size and it's already downloaded over 10,000 times since last week with nothing but positive acclaim and reviews. Downloaded about 100 times, not even 1,000 times so far. Sitting on the Play Store as an online and offline racing game sim, it's Drift Master Pro. Technically a drift focused racing game, but coming from a well-known developer who's been making these types of games for quite a while. They're pretty much underrated, but do deliver in gameplay if not visuals, and this one specifically has a ton of missions to keep you busy for quite a while. Car Crash Simulator has been out for almost 7 days now and is already downloaded over 100,000 times as an online game only. Now I've already mentioned another car crash sim a little earlier, so long story short, this is precisely what the title just suggests, but as opposed to the previous one, this game is also a stunt based and mostly offering destruction physics with factory equipment as opposed to just crashing into another car. This game is about 100 megabytes in size and this is how it looks. And last but not least, not a racing game, nor a car customization or stunt game, this is not even in the list, but a farming tractor driving sim, just an honorable mention. It's downloaded over 1 million times since the beginning of the year and sitting on the Play Store with a 4.4 out of 5. This game's actually playable all the way offline. Indian truck driving here, what it's called, is one of the 5 games the company's ever released, each with over 1 million downloads. It's free all the way and delivering some of the best gameplay and visuals out there in this genre.